So what is a schedule and how does it work? You might wonder why is this cookie updated here, but it simply tells you that we connect with your LinkedIn account if you use LinkedIn in your automations. So what's important to understand is every automation has two ways to work. So let me show you here. Some doesn't have event-based. That means you float in data once, that could be from a LinkedIn URL, a search. That means they're running once and continue until the end. While others are event-based, that means actions. And I'll show the difference here. So all data has a way to flow into the automation, and there are different ways you can start it. So one is LinkedIn Sales Navigator Search Extractor. That means you do a search on LinkedIn, you copy the URL right here, inform the system how many people you want to download. We always recommend to use a tag because under your prospects you can search by this tag later. That's how you start a simple automation. So there are many ways to do it again. Another thing is you can tell the system if somebody replies on LinkedIn or email, stop them from receiving more. Now there are different ways, and in the advanced automation bootcamp we're going to come into some of the ways you can do certain things when they reply. You want to re-enroll them, we will show you that. Then the second part is you want to put in your schedule based on where they're receiving, and once you fill in the blanks you can start the process of building your automation. The other starting points, for example visited website, are event based. So the system, every time somebody visits your website, will then execute and search for prospects and reach out to. Find Sales Navigator URL, it's used if you are downloading from Sales Navigator. You put this as a point under the starting point when you build your automation. And again, just to show you an automation, to give you an example right here, I will tell you why that's important. Because if you're attaching images into Sales Navigator, they don't get attached and embedded, so you want to do it on regular LinkedIn. And Sales Navigator URL are not something you can share across your company. So that's important to acknowledge. So let's just reload here and let's move forward. LinkedIn Group Extractor again is a one-time thing. Connection request is something used in automation. LinkedIn Message Center is something used in automation. Withdraw request you can use alone. So you can say, I want to withdraw 100 people, the oldest one. We're going to do that for you. So you have a healthy balance. You can also use it in an automation further down. Sales Navigator list, if you save a list in Sales Navigator, you can put in the URL and you can download it. LinkedIn Message Center is also used within. We just covered that. Post commenters, for example, you can comment, you can take the URL of a post, you can build automation and say, hey, I realized that you commented on person's XYZ post, love what you wrote, and then you can use it as a social interaction to reach out. Also the one that liked the post. We have two very important things here. My contacts. So my contacts, it's when you are either importing a CSV or enrolling people from my saved prospects here or from the plugin within LinkedIn. So how does that work? Well, I'm just going to roll my screen down. So I'm going to put in VP Sales as an example right here. So with my contacts, there are different ways. It can also be workflows, so inbound webhooks that they work as. So I'm just going to enable my extension right here, Sales Hub, there we go. So if I hit the extension right here, it's going to load up and show me the list. I'm just going to reload it here to get everybody. I can then select an automation that is having the starting point, my contacts. And when I select that automation, then I can go in and say, I want to add this person to the automation, this person. That's event-based because it adds a person every single time you add them. If you go to my prospects, again, you can then select the people either by tagging them who has a verified email, and all your automation with the starting point, my contacts, will then show here, and you will be able to say, I want to enroll them into this automation. That's the difference between the starting points. In the following video, we're going to show how to build the full automation and how they work completely. But the fundamental understanding, it's very, very important to understand how the data flows into automation, to understand how they work. And that's the goal of this session.